Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's Cosplay Time. As always, I am Chris, aka Mr. Zoom underscore 2028.
And I am today's current co-host. I'm Krystle, aka codename Archangel on most social medias.
And
And
today we are here with.
I'm Markiplier. I'm just Josh, and I am Lyris, an unpronounceable name, and I am Cirices on TikTok, which is also unintelligible unless you like the band Ghost, which is funny because he is also here in the room with us now. Bonjour.
All right, let's start off the show with the first question. If I had it up on my phone already. How did you find out about TikTok?
Me personally, I had it downloaded when it was musically, so in that era, way back when, before it got like, I don't want to say taken over by normies because honestly, it brought like a refreshing like perspective to the app because it wasn't just lip syncing anymore, but also like y'all, if y'all were like, I don't know how y'all were there, I feel like y'all were probably there early, like the renaissance of like 2019 to 2020 when that was good, but then like it got taken over again, so it pushed all the cosplay stuff out of the way, which was kind of whack because that's what brought a lot of people there in the first place. So that era of TikTok is how I like found out, or when I joined.
And then there's always like every couple months, it seems like TikTok kind of like just like actively get rid of cosplayers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what their thing is.
it's like especially like 2020 era. That's when so many people got quote unquote big, and like no like shade to it right now. Like there's still a lot of people grinding in every like niche respective community, especially gaming and cosplay. But it's just like it doesn't get the same amount of views or like doesn't even push it to the audience that you want anymore. Like it prioritizes all this. I don't know, this stuff. It's like I personally don't want to see. I'd rather see like, oh my gosh, especially like the Mando OCs. I love seeing people's Mandalorian OCs and like those builds and all the people who got like 50,000 followers from that. Their stuff isn't even getting pushed out to their own followers, and I'm like, it's like driving the community down, which is so sad. The algorithm's such a shame.
Yeah, like I'm trying to get my Mando content to be like work again, but people only like Ghost right now.
It's good to see. Like I don't know a lot about COD, unfortunately, but it is good to see a renaissance for that because there's a lot of, especially like oh, I do love like military sim content, or like a lot of I do I will say for probably some seasons I do love like very like military tactical sort of like content, and I don't know a lot about Call of Duty, but I think that is such a fun, like, not out of left field, but I'm glad that's, for better or worse, trending on the algorithm instead of just like, I don't know, people doing like Charlie D'Amelio dances.
Yeah. I don't see how like that kind of dancing actually became popular.
It's got to be like some sort
Okay,
of like, welcome back. It's got to be my kids, with me putting my tinfoil hat on. It's got to be that sort of dancing. It's mostly gone out of vogue now, but I swear it was like baby sensory videos on YouTube. Like the reason their videos just got pushed was just because it was such like full of events, mindless content that's like
Yeah.
it's easy to repeat, and it's just like engaging to people with less developed brains. I didn't mean that in like a gatekeepy way, but it's just that sort of audience, and there's a lot of those people, so it would drive that engagement up.
And it seems like that kind of content, those people got like brand deals and like mainstream media stuff. And then us
Oh yeah.
cosplayers who like spend hours making stuff like movie quality cosplays and then showing like tutorials and teaching people how to make
Mm-hmm.
it got like the bottom of the barrel, like in algorithm, like popularity or whatever.
I really don't want to be bitter about it because it is two very different audiences. Like that's all those people, they probably don't like cosplay, but there is such a huge cosplay community. And again, I mentioned it earlier where it's like, there is already a large community for it separate from that. And back
Yeah.
when it was getting pushed, it was like, oh, it didn't need to go viral fully for you to have good engagement. Like as long as it went to the people within your sphere who follow that. Like yeah, again, so many Mandalorian OCs, and they were crafting these like really like they didn't even have to be cosplaying canon characters because everybody within the fandom was so engaged and focused on making this content that was like original characters and crafting these like stories or role playing that it did not need to rely on this an algorithm that made them famous. It just needed the algorithm to show it to other fans of it. And now that we don't have that, it's way harder to climb. Or again, if you make content, you guys probably know how like defeating it is to post something and then it not even needs to go viral. It just doesn't get shown to your own followers, which is a big problem with TikTok right now. So
Yeah.
You can have 5,000 followers and only have 200 views on a video.
Yeah, it's whack. It's just like it's so obvious too that TikTok is not prioritizing content. And again, tinfoil hat, which I know it sounds like kind of cuckoo, but they ever since TikTok came out with the like promotion feature where you can have your TikToks promoted and you have to pay, that's when I noticed all of my stuff. Like I had way less followers at the start of last year, and all of my stuff got pushed out way more. But ever since it released it's literally pay to win now. And also the folly of that is if you do pay, you're gonna look like Boo Boo the Fool because it pushes it out to everybody, not the audience you want. So people would be like, why is this promoted to me? Instead of just promoted to like, say like a Star Wars audience or say like a COD specific audience or something like that. So even the like promotion feature doesn't work. It's very broken, which I will say.
Yeah. Because I've noticed that when a lot of the dreaded comment El Kringe comes on my posts. Because that's what usually when I know that someone's not from like the cosplay community or not on that like type of content, like they don't normally watch that, finds my stuff.
Mm-hmm. That
I've never had a comment like that.
I'm glad because sometimes people are mean. I do not wish that on anybody because again, like especially like TikTok is such a cruel mistress sometimes because it's either you get no engagement or you get all engagement. And you'd think with something that has such a very specific algorithm and can like give you a For You page based on your likes and interests that it can do the same for other people. But it's like if it pushes it out, sometimes it pushes that out to people who don't want to see it. And I'd rather a small amount of people who do want to see the content or who are in the niche see that instead of getting crazy hella famous and then it going outside of the audience you want. And that's when you get comments like, oh, cringe, which again, screw that. Cringe culture is dead. I'm like, I'm here to have fun. I don't, if I came to TikTok to look cool to random people online, oh my God, that is not the place. I came here to have fun and like do my stupid little Star Wars content away from like the mainstream and find other nerds who like the same thing. So it's freeing in a way, but also kind of scary posting in a way because you never know what audience it'll go to.
Yeah. I've also noticed though, it's like when you put a lot of effort into a video, it doesn't get like as much engagement or views as one that like basically for my example, like me just staring at the camera with like the zoom in filter on.
It's silly.
Because like that'll get like a buttload of views.
Like I said, it's silly and silly gets views.
That'll get like a buttload of views, and then like one that actually had somebody like do editing and had like a filming location and multiple people got like maybe 100 views max.
It is so like again, tinfoil hat moment where it's probably like I don't think the algorithm is advanced to recognize this, but every time I put a lot of effort into something. Like obviously TikTok prioritizes stuff that's fast and funny. Like as much as we want really hard worked. Sometimes like once in a while, a very beautiful like the editing is insane, or like the cinematography was crazy, or like the cosplay was so good. It's so rare, but they do come across my For You page sometimes. But again, it is so rare. And I know people like I'll go to somebody's profile. I'm like, I can't believe that these certain videos are not popping off, I will literally comment like, this is insane. Like, there is the repost function. I do everything I can to try to, like, if I see somebody put a lot of effort into something, like, help them, because I'm like sharing it with people, and that's why it's really good to have like a small community to like share stuff within, because TikTok will just like not give you that. And like, I've experienced the same thing too, where I take a stupid ass video. I think I literally just took a video because I was recently in a car crash, and I was like, just got in a car crash, but it was not my fault, thank God. It's like, just got in a car crash. I buckled up my Vader, and I had a little Vader figurine in the back seat, and then that got like 100,000 likes, and then all the cosplay that I like put hours into editing or like green screening or stuff, it's like it does not even get picked up to my own followers. Like, I don't care about going viral. I just want the people who want to see my content. I just want that small few to actually get it. But the algorithm is so like, either we gotta revolt or TikTok has gotta like do something, because it's just, oh my God, there's so many good creators and they have such a huge following now. And I'm like, I can tell you got big during 2020, and then the algorithm changed, and then they're not posting because the algorithm completely changed and screwed them over. And I'm like, such amazing creators, like, they either incredible. Tell me if I'm ranting, by the way. I don't want to talk for too long. But either like the most incredible like 3D printed builds I've ever seen, and then the algorithm is doing them so dirty, or like their original content is so beautiful, but it's quote unquote not trendy, and the like algorithm's not picking it up. It is so sad to see, because these people are getting burned out and not posting anymore, which is such a shame.
Yeah. Also, do y'all remember that one period? I think it was like last month when there was just like straight up uncensored corn on TikTok.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember it.
Yeah, but it's like I better not get any videos like community guidelines strike for nothing after that.
Literally, it is so whack, because like, I don't know, like, there's some crazy double standards, especially lies. I haven't been seeing it recently, so hopefully they fix the problem. But like, there is a huge problem with like a lot of, nothing wrong with thirst traps, especially like within the cosplay community. Like, I support that type of, I'm like, you freaking go. And if I was confident, I'd do it too. But there is an entire subset of just that, where it's like, okay, this content is straight up like like flaggable offenses, and TikTok is like not, it's just not, either not getting flagged, or the account's getting so much engagement that TikTok keeps it on because it gets so much engagement. I'm like, this is literally like, oh,
This
I'll
is
literally
against
scroll
your
past the
rules.
live
Why
and it'll
you
be a
doing
full-on
this?
jump scare.
Oh yeah, because it's like oh yeah, 'cause it's like TikTok's like that. They'll let exist on the platform, and then if a cosplayer has like a prop weapon that even somewhat resembles a real life weapon, it'll get taken down and you'll get a strike.
Yeah, dude.
But there are
it's so
videos
like,
on there of people shooting real weapons and they don't get taken down.
Yeah, I think I've learned for the algorithm, like for the real pew pews, it's as any gun, any pew pew, sorry, YouTube algorithm, that isn't like an AR is like the only one that'll actually get taken down.
Which is really, really dumb. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just as much a weapon of harm if you choose it to be as anything. Weapon of harm if you wanted it to be. Anything.
Like especially when it's like conducted on like in like a safe legal area. Like if I have a prop let's say a prop sword in my recording space, it's made of foam. I'll literally put foam weapon in the like the tags and then like the description, and then it's like, oh, if you keep doing this, your account's gonna get permabanned.
that is so ass. I can say that. I think I can say the A word.
Yep, we are 14 minutes in. Yes, you can say that.
Okay, good. That is balls, dude. That is complete balls. Like, especially in like the tactical or milsim community, is like, okay, these are obviously fake weapons. The children are not going to go out and buy these. Or you put it so like literally you have to like post the text be like fake prop, because even if it's something obviously fake, like, you have to go through all these steps and rigmarole. And like, It's just, I would be a little less mad if there weren't all these double standards for like other stuff that did not get flagged or was not banned, and it's like genuinely dangerous, and that TikTok just does not bat an eye at, because either the creator's popular and it gives them clout and money, or I don't know, just weird double standards, man.
Yeah, or the people doing like very dangerous, like kind of like jackass like style stunts on TikTok for like the clout, and then
those get taken down though. I've noticed those routinely getting taken down.
Well, they stay on longer than like other content does.
Like they don't get taken down as they're being posted like most people's stuff does.
Yeah, because I had a friend like
it gets seen and then gets destroyed.
Yeah, well, they get seen long enough to have like people come to that profile later.
Yeah. Like, I can send it to somebody and somebody can see it and be like, whoa, that's really, really bad. And then gone.
Yeah, like somebody get like the squiggle arm or whatever.
The stunts one, they do have the saving grace of they can either be like brought back, but they just have a little warning that's like, this was done by a professional, even though it wasn't done by a professional. You don't really get those with like prop stuff. They just like, they don't give you the grace, but for like stuff like that, you can, I don't know, get this stupid little...
Because like I had a friend, he did like a full-on choreographed like Batman versus a villain, like choreographed fight, and because they had prop weapons in their hand, it got taken down and the channel got striked.
That's dumb.
Yowza.
Like, we take days and weeks to make some of this stuff because it's literally like our baby. Like, this is the content that we decided to put out to the world. This is our artwork. Even if it's online, it's still considered a piece of art. You made it entirely based off of a thought that occurred in your brain. You got the pieces, you put the pieces together, you made something that you're proud of, that you're presenting to someone else. It's a piece of art. And these people are like, no, I don't want anybody to see your art. I don't want anybody to see this. I don't want anybody to see that. But yet they let everyone else do it.
Well, it's also why I've had to stop using the hashtag cosplay on TikTok.
Yeah, I have to stop using
it. That's kind of like a magnet to get like all the like remove content bots to come to your account.
I think another one is they're starting to censor the Halo fandom as well.
Yeah.
But Modern Warfare is not censored. Let's go. Just tag everything with Modern Warfare or something along the lines of military, and everybody's gonna be like, wow. Can I ask you a question, Lyris?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. What are your favorite characters to cosplay as?
Okay, currently, I'm mostly excited about like, oh, my internet's kind of scrungling, so if I cut out, please tell me.
Okay.
So currently, I'm very hyper-fixating into Star Wars right now, so it would probably be like within the Star Wars universe. Sabine, she's also my recent build. I would really love to have like a 3D printed Mando OC, but also the Mandalorian, because I think that's so sick. But it's quite a bit of work that goes into it, especially all like the chrome works. But my favorite character cosplay that I currently have done is Sabine. One that's super easy that I can like get away with just wearing in public is Dr. Aphra, because it's like I just gotta like put a hat on and her little aviator hat and then just like wear something vaguely like Star Wars, and I call it a day. But that's only if I'm being lazy. Maul. I love cosplaying Maul. There's a lot of characters that I full disclosure, if you cosplay on TikTok, you don't have to build the entire costume. You can just build the front of it.
Just from the frame up.
Exactly. You can just build from the waist up.
Nobody needs
Nobody has to know.
Nobody needs to know, and especially for characters who are bald and need a bald cap, I'm like, they're gonna be wearing a hood today. they're gonna be wearing a cloak today. Like Ventress is another one I love. She's a bald baddie, same as Maul. So I'm just like, I'll just put a hood on it and we'll call it good. And also, another thing I do is another full disclosure thing, very cheap cosplay. Not a way to describe it as like a self-dig, but I try to find the cheapest materials. So whenever people ask me, oh, how did you do this? I'm like, oh, it's Walmart foam. I gotcha, baby. Literally, you can go to Walmart and buy their kit. Which again, I hope that I do love when like little cosplay hacks blow up, but also not when it raises the price, because I remember EVA foam used to be a little bit cheaper than it is now. So if you want it, the cheapest I've found is the wall foam,
EVA was $20
which is like
for a 4-pack. That was cheap though. Cirices?
What happened?
I think Cirices died.
Did the mute? No, mute's not on.
Cirices, are you okay? Talk to me, Cirices.
I think I keep getting cut.
There you are.
Internet.
Oh, there
my
you
internet
are.
keeps chopping out. It's literally driving me bonkers and crazy. But yeah, just like if I zoom out, just be like, hey, come back to us, come back to us. But yeah, so those are the some of the ones that I've, again, mostly Star Wars, that I've been really digging. Oh my gosh, and I do a lot of crossplay, and especially one thing that I stand by: never, like, do not be confined to people that you think you look like. Like, I look nothing like Thrawn. I am short. I do not have his cheekbones, but I'm like, I will cosplay that man. I love him so much. And also Tech, I'm like, I don't have his hairline. I'm not 6'4". I'm 5'3" on a good day, but I will still build his armor and cosplay him because I'm that passionate about the character. And stuff. So those are the ones I've been digging so far.
Oh yeah, for Bad Batch, I'm doing Echo, mainly because I've decided. Are both his legs, or is only one leg a prosthetic?
Both of them.
I'm just creating the lore. He decided to wear his short legs today because I am definitely not 6 foot anything.
Technically, there's no book, like there's no rule book everywhere, like anywhere online that says you have to be the height of this character in order to cosplay them. Look at Warhammer cosplayers.
Yeah.
Do you see the Space Marines walking around? I guarantee you the person inside that suit is not that tall.
Yeah.
Even the 501st, they don't have a height requirement, which
no, they don't. Neither does 405th. You can be a short Spartan. It works. I have a short Spartan friend.
That's what I'm gonna be too.
He is small but badass.
Although the Spartan 3s weren't like as tall as the other ones though.
No, the Spartan 2s were gigantic. But that was through augmentation. The Spartan 3s were not as heavily augmented.
Especially
However,
Spartan 3s in the
you can be 5'3" and be a Spartan, I swear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lyris, I want to let you know the first one of the video that I saw that you made, like out of all, was the if you're a clone of Jango Fett, let me see that wiener. That was your first video that I ever saw of you.
What a wonderful way to begin.
And I was like, ooh,
being a fan.
This person's funny. I'm gonna follow them.
Okay, I've been wanting to make more like talking like joke TikToks too, because if TikTok's not gonna have my back on cosplay, I know I can make some gabagool humor, and maybe one person will laugh. Gabagoo. Yes.
Gabagoo.
Sorry, that is.
It can't be any worse than my very first video that I saw of Zoom over here that made me want to follow him on TikTok, and that was him holding a plate above his head with his eyes like this because he was like, "I will smite you with it."
Oh, good. It wasn't the recruit content from R6.
No, it was Rook.
Wait, yeah, I think at that point it was still one shoulder pad, Rook.
It might have been, yeah.
And then
I
just
can't
like
remember. It's
just
been like
like
years ago. It's been like 2019 maybe.
and like the revolving amount of like different black shirts that I wore with that cosplay.
The silver duct tape across the chest.
Hey, that's the only thing I could find that like accurately did what it needed to do.
You know they have safety tape that you can put on there that's like roadside reflective. So when you take the pictures with it, like with the people with flash photography, it's just like glowing.
You see, you're saying this like it's common knowledge, but I didn't know this.
The more you know.
I got you, fam.
Welcome to Cosplay Life Hacks.
Welcome to Cosplay Life Hacks. Like that one cosplayer the other day who made a Dragon Age like instructional video about how to do scale mail out of duct tape or ribbon.
Ooh,
You
see,
take
I do
the
love
you take
those
the piece of duct
mails.
tape and you fold it into a triangle and you like fold the corners in and make like the little tail on it and then you just stick it and you just
Ah.
layer it. It's a bunch of scales.
Going into battle with my duct tape scale mail and
My
immediately
duct tape
dying.
scale mail, let's go!
When the drink starts tasting like challenging the mailman with your duct tape scale mail.
That's when you know you need to stop.
That, like, have y'all seen like the brand warriors? That's one thing that I do love that TikTok spawned, where it's like the Bud Light Knight, and he made his armor out of like Bud Light,
The
like
Mountain Dew minion.
Oh, the Dr. Pepper,
yeah,
the Dr. Pepper guy is my favorite. Like the Dark Knight made
Dude,
out of Dr. Pepper.
somebody
that
did
like
Pepsi as well.
The Pepsi Mandalorian and the
Oh
Coke
my
Spartan.
god.
and I love humanity. That's the one of the things where like I'm so glad TikTok popped off in that aspect, because that the cinematic brand universe, amen to that, brother.
Oh,
That's a
and
vibe.
they made a Hot Cheeto Chainsaw Man.
They did, I
Oh,
remember
I saw
that.
that one. That was sick.
The Hot Cheeto Devil.
One of those guys that made the I think it was the Dr. Pepper guy, either that or the Mountain Dew one, I can't remember. Reached out to a bunch of his crafting fans in like a live or a video or something, I don't remember, asking about how to reinforce his cardboard armor because his entire armor was just made out of cardboard and like tape. I was like, yo, let me teach you the ways of the EVA foam reinforcement. That way you will never have to repair it again.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. The
Oh,
EVA
my
foam.
beloved.
He's like, I don't know how to do this. Teach me your ways.
that one filthy Frank meme, just the
Ah.
get the hot glue.
Foam, you never lose. Foam, you are so beautiful. So like, oh my god, like
Foam, I
foam.
love you. I have some foam armor sitting over there. That was my first set, and I've never built any yet because I
Ooh,
was
what
in
is that?
college. Hold on, I got you. It's time
Reveal
to
armor
spot
reveal.
check some foam.
And then
Just for you,
Let me get the
viewers.
armor reveal.
I have the 3D printed ODST helmet and the foam ODST helmet.
Oh, this is not foam. That's a
Oh,
belt.
to have a 3D printer.
Um.
I'm saving up for a 3D printer. I want me some gosh dang 3D printed armor.
And then I have like my Mandalorian armor that I have, my red armor. It was the body was completely made out of free samples of Sintra board that I got from a sign store.
Work smarter,
Oops.
not harder. The free sample. That's kind of baller.
Yeah, because like he was saying, like the entire sheet was gonna be like $200 to $400, and then but like we asked for like some free samples to work
When
with
I
just
tell
to
you.
like get it done.
When I tell you.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice. It's nice and crunchy.
Is that
Nice.
hydration I see?
It says hydrate or die on the back. It's backwards. This
Hydrate
says
or
mostly
die,
peaceful. It's inspired by Vietnam. This is actually on somebody's helmet that I found. The epaulette has everyone fights, no one quits, and that's a reference. If you don't know that reference, I'm sad. And then the blood type.
And we are at the episodely message for everybody. Don't forget to hydrate. Drink water.
Please. Your medic demands it.
Okay, whenever you got close to the camera and you said that, your camera crisped so much it looked like it was genuine like battle like footage. Like this was a message taken in like a cave and you're hiding out. This is a message to everyone watching. Hydrate or dehydrate.
Hydrate or die.
Drink the water before the water drinks you.
Drink water. Water. I'm waving my paint bottle water around here. Drink.
The seasoned water.
No, this doesn't actually have paint in it, but it's like the bottle that I use to like pour a little bit and then wash my brushes out, and then like pour a little bit and then wash them out.
That's flavored.
Well, I mean it's a clean water source, but the paint is in that one.
You know, you find that like 3-year-old bottle of water that you had in like your backpack that's in the back of your car.
Yes, that's about what that is. It's been sitting in my room for a bit.
I consider that a ration.
It's been in the sun for a little bit. It somewhat tastes like the bottle.
Ugh, those are gross.
Yum yum yum, microplastic.
No, I choose macros only. I will eat the plastic.
Zoomy over here choosing violence today.
Just start chewing the bottle.
You make me cringe. Stop.
Stop.
Don't forget, daily reminder, please don't forget, sprues are candy, please. I went into a chat the other day and somebody was like, don't forget to eat your sprues, guys. And I'm just like, don't forget to eat your sprues. They're crunchy.
Crunch.
Crunch.
Munch. Have y'all done this for TikTok, like where like you throw something at the camera?
Multiple
that one
times.
guy who throws just stuff at the camera.
Because like, there's like, I kind of have to like gauge how hard I want to throw because I don't want to like, well, no, it's 2 steps. 1, make sure I actually hit the camera, and it doesn't like.
That would help.
And it doesn't like miss because usually when I make content, I don't have like glasses or contacts on, so I can't see very well.
Oh so my god, like, relatable. Bad eyesight gang. Bad eyesight gang.
I don't have the bad eyesight. Yay.
So there's
like,
get him. You gotta aim at like the color of in the room that's the camera. And then also don't hit it hard enough to like where it falls off the ring light.
No, mine's absolutely smashed. It's an old phone, thankfully, but like every time, like I'm like, okay, I got to do the effect, like a transition where like I throw like a prop weapon at it, it goes falling off because I don't have an actual tripod. It goes falling off the 3 bottles I stacked, and I have to set up this entire horrid little makeshift tripod again and again. So it's a bit of a hassle. That's the stuff the audience doesn't see. Make magic.
Yeah.
Exactly. My struggle was pinning my stuff up against his lamp that's right here that you can't see, was propping it against his lamp in order to shoot. So it's like I'm standing like this above all my videos, but it works.
Well, that's why I'm happy I invested in like the OtterBox case, like the actual like plastic shell that goes around with the screen protector.
Yes.
Because I did a video recently where it was POV, like I'm picking somebody up, breaking their neck, and then dropping them. So I did like all the movements and then just dropped the camera onto my hardwood floor.
Yeah.
Bruh. I would have done it like in front of like a pillow or like a mattress or something that I can just like bounce it off.
Oh, that would have required me like hauling in a pillow or a mattress.
Get like a little like itty bitty little like blanket pile and just like drop it on the floor. That way when it hits, at least it'll hit that blanket pile and be kind of nerfed.
No, break your phone. Break your phone.
Do it. Break the phone. Do it. Break the phone.
Do it.
Be a man.
Do it. Hit him.
Do it.
Get him.
All right. It is time for me to ask another question.
There you go. I'll be asking the questions here, and I shall be.
Oh, you'll need your Imperial Officer cosplay for that first.
Oh my god, that's another thing. I need to buy the actual the actual. Oh my god, it's a lot of money. But me joining the Star Wars fandom, why is everything so expensive? Because I don't know if y'all know, I'm also kind of new to Star Wars. Like maybe like 2 years ago, I got into it. I wish I could say that I grew up with it, but a lot of the stuff I did not grow up with, which was like a little daunting to join a fandom where everybody's like, oh, you can't name Star Killers, you can't name all of his DNA molecules in a line. You get out of here. You're a fake fan. So it's very
that's something I don't like about certain fandoms is that there's a lot of gatekeepers. Like, yes, I know this fandom is as old as I am or older, but new fans is what keep fandoms alive.
Oh,
so you shouldn't gatekeep.
You can't tell which clone is circumcised or not.
You got me choking, bro. Oh my god. That sent me. Holy frick. Okay.
You can't tell that stormtrooper from that stormtrooper from that stormtrooper? Shame.
I'm gonna be so honest, that still trips me up. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this like sand trooper, stormtrooper. Don't look at me. I'm learning. I'm literally in the back, like flipping through like all like the source catalogs, like, okay, this is what the armor stands for, this is what the garrisons are, this is that. If people quiz me, boy oh boy would I not be able to give you any answers at all. But so there's some people who are nice and they have not been gatekeeping, and I thank them so much. But also there's some who I'm like, oh, you just want to talk about how much you hate Star Wars now, even though you're a Star Wars fan. Okay, all right. You can have your opinions, but please, I am a baby. I don't know what half of these things are. I'm learning.
Hey, buddy, you look like a Star Wars fan.
Thank you, Kyla. Thank you, Kyla. Dude, Adam Driver, I had a nightmare about him and I couldn't watch any of his movies for a long while. I don't know what it was. Kylo Ren, I was like I have so many nightmares. I was like in high school band and I was like eating something in class and Kylo Ren busted through the door frame and he tried to kill me. Then I woke up in a cold sweat and I can't look at him the same.
You ever have a dream so weird that you just wake up going, what the fuck?
Yes. Yes. All the time, yes.
I had a dream like that about Star Wars. Not Star Wars. We were talking about Star Wars. About Fallout. I had a dream about super mutants from Fallout, and I was mortified.
Did they get you?
Very realistic. It was.
Why do dreams say like the hyper realistic graphics for like the randomest worst stuff that like the dreams that leave you thinking after you wake up from them and you're like, oh, I could not imagine seeing a super mutant and like that dream juice when that dream juice is really hitting.
I don't know. It's like weird dreams. Like, y'all know the restaurant BJ's Brewhouse?
I do not. I'm a fake BJ's fan.
Oh well, it's like it's a good restaurant. They got beers and burgers and all that. But they have this burger called the brisket burger, and every time consistently I've eaten it, I've had the weirdest dreams.
I think that's called food poisoning.
No, it's like I swear that they put like Benadryl in it. Something like you see the Hat Man in the corner.
Oh my, not the Hat Man. I always think of Cad Bane whenever somebody mentions the Hat Man. Hey guys, new TikTok challenge. Pop a couple bennies and see Cad Bane in your dream. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's my disclaimer. Don't do that.
Why is somebody calling me and I don't know the number? I will not answer.
That's destiny, my brother.
Except for it's a number from California again, and I don't live there anymore, so it's obviously somebody trying to sell me something.
It seems like somebody's trying to sell me.
You have no idea how in the beginning of me working in EMS, I used to just get phone call. And I'd answer them, and they'd be like, hi, do you have a security system for your home? Would you like one? It's like,
would you like to?
Dude. No, I don't. But the ones that you call, they like call you and you answer, you're like, hello? And they're like, click.
I called you, but you answered, so I'm gonna hang up.
I had one call once. It was a dude from a jail. Don't know him. Never have known him. Don't know how he got my phone number. It was a dude from the jail. Like, way on the other side of the state, like way on the other side of the state, and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to come bust me out of jail. I need you to come pay my bond." And I was like,
Brother,
"No.
who are you?
Who
That
are
was a side
you?"
quest.
I called the. He left a message because initially I rejected it, and then he left a voicemail. And I was like, okay. I called the jail back and I was like, hey, I got a phone call from this number, and I don't know this dude, and I don't want any phone calls from your jail. And they're like, okay, we'll block it, thanks. And I was like, yeah,
My brother in Christ, you used your one phone call. Make sure you
You
have the right
used your
number.
one phone call for a person you didn't even know.
Damn.
You used your one phone call on a spam call.
Ouch.
Yeah. He's like, I need you to come put money on my bank. So I was like, nah, I ain't putting money on shit.
All right, time for the next question.
Okay,
Let's
let me
go.
see. Let me see what my question is.
Um,
Your question, then my question. Okay.
what is your favorite convention to go to?
Okay, see, in a perfect world, I would be going out of state for conventions, but I'm in a cursed world where I can only go local. Which, granted, there have been a couple gyms locally, which okay, nobody's doxing me, I'm pretty sure, but I am south. I think we're all kind of southern here, so I don't have the big conventions like Texas. My state's a little smaller. Not the southern accent coming in. I suppress that. But like, there's a couple like ones that are okay. I want to go to the one that is the capitals. I'm being so vague with this, but like nobody's gonna dox me. I'm pretty sure I'm fine. I do want to go to like. I feel like I haven't gone to any big conventions. Like I haven't been to Hallmark. I've been to Catacon. I've been to none of those. But I want to go so bad because I've only gone to really tiny local cons. So I want to meet up with people. Like I'd love to meet up with y'all if I ever like went out somewhere or like have a big like cosplay group meetup. I want that so bad. Y'all don't understand. Where everybody's in like it doesn't even have to be coordinated cosplay, but I love seeing like people like either like wearing the same armor or like from the same franchise. I'm like, the FOMO is so bad, y'all. So I haven't been to that many, but I want to
I'm
go.
known for bringing lots of cosplayers together into a group. The cosplay group that we had at PAX South, the last PAX South that we had like 30 cosplayers like all together because of the media shouts and the coordination that myself and a few others have put together.
That's a small army. We got a small army.
It is. We had a small army. We all met in the opening room, like the lobby. And as soon as we all found each other, we're like, hey! And I was like, whoa, I confirmed like 7 people, 30 of you showed up. Oh my god. We had 2 Airbnbs. Their Airbnb had like what, 10 people?
Hold on.
And mine had like 10 people.
I think we had like 6 to 7. And then like we would have like random people from the con just like sleep in ours too.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, not like random, like I didn't know them, but I think they were like Mute's friend.
Yeah.
Or like Jay's friend.
I think it was Jay's friends. But I had a few people fly in from like way out of state. Like one of them flew in from Missouri, and another one came in from like way off in BFE, and I was like, yo, why you people come down here for this? Like, this is just a southern convention. Like,
And then coincidentally, it was the last PAX South to ever
yeah, I know.
exist.
COVID got really bad after that, and they was like, we quit.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's weird that every other PAX, like even the international PAXs, are like they still exist.
Yeah, the southern one, from what I understand, from what the developer stuff sent, the ownership sent, they sent emails out to everybody explaining it about how they weren't doing so well and people weren't signing up for it as much. Like it was the runt of all of the PAXs. Most people went to PAX East because most people live over there that are into this stuff, and all the big people go over there, and PAX, all those other ones they go to. because
Yeah, then
there's a
like all
bigger
the
group of people that go. So
and like all the major studios really only go to like the coastal conventions.
yeah, because they want to be on the beach.
I don't
Bring
blame
it
them.
down to the simplest ideal. They
I
want to
think
be on the beach.
it's also because like when they do things like for like Cyberpunk, when they bring Keanu on stage, like all the celebrities live kind of in like the east or the west coast,
And they want to kind of
and
ride on the
and
glory of it.
it's kind of like easier to get them to like, hey, drive 20 minutes down the street to this convention center.
Yep, that's about it.
That's beach privilege. You get
Yeah.
nothing. No packs for you. You get nothing.
Well, they could put it in a different location, like put it in Galveston or put it somewhere like that's on the coast. Like they actually can like
Another
while the
beach.
people's kids are at this convention having a grand old time, the parents can be vacationing. That's why a lot of the times east and west to get a lot of people is because the parents can make a vacation out of it as well. So they can
Yeah.
bring their 16-year-olds or their 18-year-olds, and they're old enough to be at the convention by themselves, so they can just go play, and then they can go get drinks and be on the beach and like make it nice.
Oh yeah, do we know where Star Wars Celebration is going to be the next one?
London.
I don't get invited to those.
London,
baby, or Britain or England, somewhere over there. I know. Gosh,
British.
I want to go.
Europe.
British. I want to go so freaking bad. I know this is not going to happen, but me manifesting, ooh, they want to invite me there so bad. Ooh, they want to invite me there so bad. Ooh.
Somebody
but,
told
like
me
I was
they're
gonna
doing a
go
Halo version of that now too.
Huh.
They're also planning on doing
Ooh.
something like that. I don't know if that's
I
confirmed or
think
not.
they had a Halo
I've
one
heard it.
in Lady Red's state. I think it was like a traveling thing. Like they would just bring all the stuff from like location to location.
That would have been Outpost Discovery.
Oh,
But
so
they
it's
don't
like
do
so it's like
Outpost Discovery anymore.
it's
But
a
they're
bigger
actually
one.
wanting to do like a Halo themed celebration. So like Star Wars celebration, Halo celebration, stuff like that. Like it's one big huge thing that they can do yearly. And I heard somebody mention something about it a long time ago. I don't know who it was or if it can be confirmed or not, but somebody parted information. I know that because I've heard it. I'm not like
Yeah, like I almost got to go to Celebration with the Mercs, but I had work and no time to take off, so I couldn't fly back to California.
something I'd love to do, speaking of them, is go back to C2E2 because the 501st people that I saw up there and the Mandalorians that I saw up there and all of them, they were really cool. The way they had all their stuff set up, the way their organization was, like their booths were amazing. And it's something that I've never seen like that. I loved it, and then the sheer fact that there were so many Mandalorians at C2E2 was great.
That would give me life. That's why I want to go to like again locally. It's like we do got a lot of nerds locally, but the people who are super dedicated and either like fly out to it, like they like not show off, but honestly, I love when people show off. I'm like, oh, your build literally has moving parts. That's so sick. Or like the people who
have LED lights. Oh my god.
LED or the ones who like have like they're allowed to have like the steam effects or like the smoke effects, which I'm sad they don't understandably they don't allow it everywhere, but when they do, it looks so sick. I love it.
There was that one guy on TikTok who was a Boba Fett cosplayer who put like a real flamethrower in his gauntlet.
A real one? Okay, that's epic.
Wait a minute.
Cirices, I mean, it's also a little scary.
I'm not that ballsy.
Cool.
Like, and it's like the emitter nozzle is literally like right here next to his hand.
Please don't burn yourself.
I'm guessing he's wearing like he's replaced his gloves with like some sort of like fire resistant glove
or something, but like
yeah. Even still,
it's still hot.
Even still, you have a fuel source attached to like your arm.
It's hot.
And I'm also guessing the rest of that cosplay's like soft goods aren't very non-melty to skin if they catch on fire.
Yeah, they're not flame repellent. And how are you gonna like tuck and roll to roll off the flames if like you're in this chunky cosplay?
I mean, given he was standing right next to a pool when he was using it.
That's what he had. That was his flame repellent. He was just gonna jump into it if it went up.
Yeah, and then he's gonna sink to the bottom because he has a whole fuel tank source. I'm guessing in the jetpack.
That's how we wanted to go out.
And especially if he did like how like the 501st does it, and it's basically like a scuba rig to keep the jetpack on.
Those aren't bad.
I would love to
like
see
the
somebody,
SCBA and scuba rigs.
Like,
it's not bad.
They're not that bad.
It's not bad if you know how to take it off and put it on. It's just a
waist restraint belt in addition to the arm belts, and it's like a metal rack on your back that supports your waist, supports most of the weight, and then the arm straps are meant to just pull it closer to your person.
Oh, because the one I've seen for like a lot of like the old style Boba Fett, it had like multiple like crossing chest straps too.
Those do work, but the SCBA stuff that I'm used to, like speaking literally like looking at an SCBA setup, the one that I use mostly, doesn't have any cross straps. It's got all your regulators and stuff right here because I use it for actual like operations. But it's mainly just the waist belt that is the most part of it, and it's got some padding that goes on your lower back, and then nothing else on it is padded.
I think it might. The one I saw might have like chest straps because they attach like their flak vest to it too.
They probably added the extras.
Because I've seen them. I've seen them wear. I've seen them with like the flak vest over the straps, and then like all their chest armor is also over the straps on the chest. So like,
hide your straps, folks.
My brother in Christ, you better know how to swim with weight on.
You better work.
You better work.
Material girl.
Yeah, I do that when people go like create. I'm like, okay, especially nerds with money. Like, I'm jealous of their financial stature, but also if I was that rich, I would be investing in like the craziest cosplay, like the closest you can get to like their universe technology. But obviously, we don't have that here. Actually, I would not be surprised if people invented like some Star Wars nerds actually invented like hyperdrive technology because they were so, or like some gobbledygook technology because they were so like they just wanted to make it as accurate as possible, and they actually made it real.
I saw that one person. They have it on Etsy that they made like the whistling birds that actually like move and everything in the gauntlet.
Ooh, I've only seen the ones that like it has like two motion where it like does the motion of like it opens up the panel and then it like puts them out and lights them up. But I would love to see, probably not safe at cons, but I don't know, blah blah blah. I don't care. I want to see it where it actually shoots them out.
It would be cool, like if it actually shot them out, but you had like, I guess like some sort of strings attached to each one, so you could just like press a button and have it like wheel it back in.
Think about the Doctor Who cosplayers, the ones who do the Daleks. Think about them. Some of them have like gas canisters, like gas systems inside the rig with them that they can like use on their little control arm to like blow gas out the end of it and like spook people with it. Like everything is possible.
Yeah, like I'm just
anything is possible if you have enough money and enough brain power.
That's where I'm like, Adam Savage, you're killing it. I love Adam Savage. He's just going crazy. He's just going brazy in there.
Yeah. Like I've just started like introducing tech into my Mando armor. Like I bought a like Boba Fett's little like lights that go across his chest. I just got that for my chest armor because I'm gonna be printing a new post-Imperial chest plate. So I'm gonna be more of an electricity hazard with my gear.
I have to get my Overwatch kit printed so that I can have my armor for my character that I'm fixing to cosplay as well. Because I'm falling onto the bandwagon.
I gotta learn how to use LEDs because they're such a nice touch for anything.
I have to learn to use LEDs for my Warhammer one that's up and coming too. Because she has a giant face plate that covers like half the face that has like an LED running out of it. And then I'm probably going to have to wire some LEDs for the backpack. I also want to do a sensor, like a skull themed sensor that I can like hang off my wrist that like makes a little micro smoke emitter in it.
Ooh.
Make it look like incense. They sell those on Etsy, by the way. You can get them and they're like this thick by like this long, like rectangular.
Yeah.
They're tiny. You put a little bit of the juice in it that makes the little smoke, and then you just
Skull juice.
skull juice. That's so gross.
Like light stuff. Y'all know Tron. I want to cosplay like all like oh my god, like Rinsler. I want to like cosplay so bad.
I have a friend who has a Fire Force cosplay from one of my local cons. He has these. I don't remember what the company is, but they're micro LEDs and they're in a rope. So it's a solid color stream. And what he did was for the blue lines on the Fire Force coat, the glowing blue, he wired it to run around the coat in like strips. So whenever he turns it on, it's just boom. Now he's glowing.
Snazzy.
I'm gonna have to see with him what exactly they are. They're very, very, very fine, like talking itty bitty kind of fine. And oh my goodness, why is everything popping up on my computer now? Please, I beg you, stop.
But then it's like also every like new bit of electronics you put in, you need like a new battery pack for a lot of times.
He said that he uses 2 different Anchor batteries for his, and that he can run the lights for all of the coat, all of the pants. So there's bands on the ankles, there's bands on the bottom of the coat, bands on the sleeves, and bands I think up on the arms, I want to say, if I remember correctly. He can run all of that off of one battery, and I think he gets like 4 hours of run time on it before he has to swap batteries. So he has a battery that he's using and a fully charged battery next to it, so that when he's done, he can just and then bring this one to wherever he stashes it, because I think he volunteers at the convention that I work for every now and again, and he'll just charge it in a station in one of the volunteer rooms.
Yeah, I just use like those battery, like the power banks, like the portable chargers.
Yeah, that's what he uses. It's one of those portable Anchor battery charger things that you can use for your phone.
Mine's a free Harry Potter one that I got from one of those mystery bags.
Oh my gosh. If it works, it works.
It works half the time, because sometimes it'll just like, when I'm charging it, it'll just like use all the battery as soon as I unplug it.
I don't like those. I used to have a little stick power bank that I used to use. It was like that. Like you could charge it and then you get like 20 minutes charge off of it for your phone. And it's supposed to charge it over like the span of like an hour or two. And it was like, yeah, what?
We got it. All the technology people. I'm like, come on, guys. I know you're hiding the good stuff.
I know you're hiding it. Hand it over.
Really, they probably have like crazy LED like stuff that's like, I know you guys have the technology. Stop hiding it. I want to get my hands on it.
Give it to me.
Like for me, the problem though is finding like different ways to mount the battery packs to things.
I have this itty bitty little leather purse that is very, very easy to hide on my person. What I do is I wire it underneath all my stuff, and then I just have it on my hip.
Yeah, because
so like you can't see it, and it doesn't make a bulge or anything, but I can stick like my cell phone in it.
Yeah, like for my Mando armor, I have one of like these type of things under the helmet to a speaker on my belt.
See, I have that.
So like because like that I rig like the wire under my chest plate and then up the helmet.
Wait, y'all got like the mics? Y'all mic'd up?
Yeah,
that's nice. That's nice.
For my Warhammer Tech Priest, I have the Vox that goes over the face, and unfortunately it misses if you're talking like this, nobody can hear you. So I have a very, very thin stealth mic. It's a wire that has a microphone inside of it that comes along my cheek that's the same skin color as my skin, and I'm just going to wedge it on the side. That way when I speak, people can still hear me through my Vox. So
I love that.
I'm going to hide the Vox in the backpack.
See, that's cool. I love when people have that or like the voice changer stuff. That like I don't know, it's always such a lovely touch to a cosplay. I'm like the passion that people put in. I know it's also like people can hear you talk, but also I think it's nice. I think it's a nice.
Yeah,
like, I want you to be able to hear me talk. Like I want you to ask me questions on a con floor where there's 200 people walking around you, and I want you to be able to hear me.
Yeah, not just your. Yeah, so you see, I got this one easy.
That's an
Yeah, that's
incredible
about what you hear
Pyro
too.
impression.
And it's usually not that loud.
Yeah, but then also the thing with me having the voice box is a lot of times intrusive thoughts come out and are amplified with the voice mic.
Bro, that looks silly, and you're just like,
No,
I didn't say that. That
like
wasn't me.
that meme, like the meme,
Oh.
like that would just come out and then be like 10 times louder from my belt.
Bass boosted.
And also
bass boost with
like,
those too, by the way. I don't know.
And
if you know
it would
that.
just sound like deep fried as fuck.
That's what I love about IRL meetups. Proximity chat is real. It's real.
Proximity chat is real.
Yeah,
you can't mute your mic when you're standing 2 feet from them.
Yeah, you know, like the one brain cell just bounces between all of us.
That was us at PAX.
Yeah.
I have a story from PAX that I need to impart to your friends here. Do you remember the moment that we found that Spartan when we turned the corner at PAX? Do you remember that?
Was I there?
I'm pretty sure you were there. The entire mob was there. The mob was following one of us. There was one of us that was in the front, like one of us really, really, really popular people that was in the front. And we turned a corner and we found one of the 405th people. It was Zetai from the 405th, fun fact. I'm very nice friends with her now. She turned the corner and we turned the corner and Sam, Spartan SI, whatever, was right next to me. He goes, "A Spartan!" And everyone in the group like paused for a second. They're like, "Oh my god!" And they all ran past us to go mob Zetai. And Zetai was like, "Oh my god!" But she got mobbed by like 30 Siege cosplayers all at once, and it was the best thing I've ever seen.
Huh, I don't think I was there for that one.
You must have been with the other group, the other like 5 or 6 people that was taking pictures or something maybe? Because I know at one point we was all walking around because we couldn't take pictures together.
Either that or I might have been shopping.
Maybe. I know that we went up like an escalator or something, and we was like taking a break off of the con floor where we could all like. Well,
oh yeah, because remember we had to like legit hide, like when we wanted to sit down and like basically.
Yeah, because people would stop us every 5 feet.
when we wanted to recharge at conventions.
So we were sitting down in one of the upper hallways, like way on the back side of the convention center, and one or two of us had sat down because there was one freaking bench back there. And
oh yeah, that bench isn't there anymore.
That time. We were like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah, the bench isn't there anymore. They took it.
Bruh, the one bench.
No bench for you.
Yeah, like the sad too tall picture from that con. His bench isn't there anymore.
It's been redacted.
The bench that we used when we went over there, like myself, Frost, Sybil, Mute, and a few others, that we took that really awesome picture of us on one side. We recreated the cover art of Siege. Attackers on one side and defenders on the other. That bench I think is still there.
Maybe.
We actually like physically picked the bench up and like separated ourselves with it. It was funny. There's also a video of Mute rappelling through a window or like rappelling down a window because we told him to go stand in the windowsill and we boosted him up there. So like they're looking down like this because he doesn't know what he's doing.
I also remember there was a lot of like just pictures of me as Capcan just looking.
I remember those pictures. Those are fun pictures.
When you get a bunch of nerds who have only talked over like Discord, like in person, for the first time and y'all just speak in meme language.
It's utter chaos. It is utter chaos. Like, you all look at each other, you're like, shit, I don't know what to do now. We're all in like the same place. Like, how do we do this?
How do I mute the voice chat?
How do I separate myself from my gaming self, but also combine both? Because you know me as this.
Yeah.
But this is me.
It's like the persona. It's like, literally me being emo. Who's the real self? The online self that I put on? Oh, this person. Ugh.
Which one of you is real?
Much. Which one of you is literally? You can play IRL Among Us. I want to do that so bad.
It is.
That'd be funny.
No, it's that one Zoolander meme. It's like the real you and then the cosplay you.
I'm not your bra.
Real me used to be really angry with people from one of my old professions. But real me now is a really nice laid back person. Like, I've like really grown to be more laid back. Can't say the same about some of the other Siege cosplayers.
Hey, yo.
Some of them have grown a little bit more aggressive.
I think a lot of us Siege cosplayers don't do Siege anymore.
I do Ash for like appearances, but I don't do content online as Ash anymore.
Well, I also don't play the game anymore.
I don't really play it either. It got really toxic, and I was like, this is like the first time I've worn this hat since April of last year. No, I lie. I did it the other day. I got home from work and I was like, and threw it on because I was like, I wonder. And I like took a picture. I took a selfie and I sent it to Madison, and then I took it off and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
I think it's your turn to ask a question.
Okay. My question is, what is your favorite / least favorite thing about cosplaying? Give me one of each, at least.
Okay. Least favorite thing, cosplaying IRL and being a glasses wearer and not having contacts that are prescription. Oh
I
my
feel
God.
that with my soul.
Yeah.
I don't wear glasses or I don't wear contacts, but being able to see in cosplay is important.
Yeah.
Like it's so like I recently got some that I for my prescription. It was a little bit like you definitely have to be so careful about buying contacts online or else you will lose your eyes forever and be sent to super hell if you buy them from the wrong place. But hopefully these are the right prescription so I can see everybody's cool ass cosplays IRL and also so I can see in general because like obviously nothing wrong with like cosplaying and also wearing glasses. Like you do not have to be canon. You don't have to be canon, but
You
to
can
me, I'm
take
like,
them off for pictures if you're that concerned, but like,
yeah, but
you need
but
to
I'm
wear
like,
them. Nobody's
for
gonna
the
judge you
ease
for
of
it.
it, yeah. So that's my least favorite. Or oh my god, I have another least favorite one. I have hyperhidrosis, which is like, I'm just sweaty as hell.
The super palm sweat.
Not just palms, literally, bro, everywhere. Like who in heaven was designing me, or like the genetic lottery on that? They're like,
Who in heaven decided that this was the nat one for?
yeah, literally
you?
horrid roll, roll.
Who rolled a nat one?
My brother in Christ, you will expel the water.
Like literally, I like, oh my god, an unnecessary amount, and I like sweat through everything, no matter what, like prescription grade stuff. I'm like, oh, it's even worse when it's like a material that you like. I still clean it, but it's like you can't put it in the washer, so you have to wash it by hand. So I'm like, no. I hate getting everything all sweaty. It's like, so that's another least favorite. Favorite thing in cosplay, like I don't want to be vain about it when people are like, oh my god, you're that character, and I'm like, yes.
That's my favorite thing too.
So
oh my god,
happy.
it's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Literally, oh my god. Or when you see somebody else who's in the same cosplay, it's literally the Spider-Man pointing me where I'm like, oh my god, you are me, I am you.
Conventions in 2023 with ghost cosplays.
Oh my god, the ghost cosplays. There's so many of them.
Or next year's Halloween.
What do you bet next year's Halloween is just only going to be Call of Duty?
I don't know, because sometimes Call of Duty is kind of harder to do if you want to have like the weirdly like non-useful like pouch arrangement on the vest. I have a feeling actually, yeah, let's do this. What do you think the next like big costume for the non-cosplayers to join on is gonna be?
Probably something Overwatch themed because Overwatch is hot AF right now.
Because was it 2018 when Harley Quinn was like the biggest thing?
Oh my god, the Harley Quinns.
Yes. Honestly, I don't blame them. It's not that hard to do one of those. I even want to cosplay Harley. It's like you just put a hair in a ponytail, and there you go. Like, I don't want to be a gatekeeper, but it's also like, well, if everybody's gonna be them, I also kind of don't want to cosplay them because it's like it gets a little oversaturated.
You want to
Also,
be
it's kind of
unique.
like people's excitement gets lost.
That's why I have Lady
yeah.
Maria from Bloodborne. I could have been anybody, and I chose to be Lady Maria because she's unique and like not everybody has her cosplay. Because her robes are incredibly hard to make.
But then also, I remember like back when Siege what got popular on TikTok. It was that one like kind of like normal content creator with the mustache started doing Warden. Krystle.
I don't remember him.
I think he just bought like a plate carrier and put it over a suit or something because he already had the mustache. I don't know if his account exists anymore.
Probably not. I remember the Warden that we know.
Yeah.
And then there was Pulse's dad that also did Warden at PAX.
But I think that one guy his account got eliminated back when all those like mafia cosplay accounts got eliminated.
That's mainly why I stopped doing Siege, just because I saw them starting to take down Siege cosplayers. I was like, oh shit.
No.
No. Fun fact though, when I started doing the Halo content, everything blew up. Like everything.
Yeah.
I had so many people follow me, like just drop the hat. I was like, where did you all come from?
Who are you people?
Who are you people? My most popular video only has 101,000 views and 15,000 likes. So either somebody watched that bad boy on repeat a few thousand times, or we have a problem.
Bruh, the spam likers on TikTok.
Oh, I hate those. You know that's what messes up your algorithm, right?
Yep.
That's what bans you. That's what shadow bans you. If they like X amount of videos in a row, just like. It edits your stats. So it sees that you have this huge boost of people liking your stuff. It doesn't count it as only one person has liked this a bunch of times. It counts every like individually. So if they go through and they like every single video you have, and you have like 56 videos, you just got 56 likes in a span of 2 minutes. So they're going to silence you to even out the playing field, apparently.
And it sucks because sometimes people it's either people who I'd like to think some of the people who do aren't doing it to like mess you up, because it's like maybe they don't know, or they're just like showing through your feed. But also it sucks that happens either way, whether they intend to like mess up your algorithm or they just like your content and they're liking all of it.
Well, because like I know sometimes it's like somebody just found your account and is deciding to like scroll down all your stuff.
Like, it's okay to scroll, just don't like spam like it all at once. Like, take a break.
Maybe like every fifth post.
Like look at all my videos, sure, but like 2 or 3 of them. Like, I know you see them. And then like tomorrow, like 2 or 3 more. Or do me a favor, just favorite all of them for later. Because favoriting doesn't count to that. I don't think.
I don't know. With all the new features and like that they add on to the algorithm, I don't even know anymore. Go
back and recraft the algorithm. Like, can we just like baseline that? Like,
I'm telling you, I'm gonna be so mad if the singularity arises because of TikTok's algorithm. Then I'm literally gonna be so like not like this, anything but this, because it's so gabagool. Like, and it's not just us. Other people are tearing their hair out, especially creatives who like they just don't have to like do minimal stuff for their posts. It's like, oh my gosh, I want there to be like, it's a shame that they'd have to make another app because literally the reason most people came to TikTok was like cosplay stuff, like back in like 2019, 2020, when that community was thriving. And then we get pushed out of something that we made popular. It's like, that's just
Put
like.
Put it this way. TikTok would not be anywhere near where it is right now if it had not been for the cosplayers getting on there and being like, wow.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Wow.
So like,
wow.
There's probably not going to be another app, but I would just love one that's exclusive for cosplay, so I don't get like random like high palace stuff on my feed or like content that's
Insta-G.
yeah, like nothing, like I like random ass stuff, like specifically for not to be like normies be away, but it's like I would also feel a lot better posting knowing like it doesn't get pushed out to random people who are just gonna like be really spiteful and then like bully you in the comments when it's like
Yeah.
we'd have fun.
A dating site for cosplayers where we can just instead of dating, we just all post our content and nobody dates anybody.
We're cosplayers. We don't date people.
Bumble.com for cosplayers.
Just like any dating service, like, yes, I am human.
Yes, I am a human. Hello.
The design is very human.
It's human on the outside. I can't guarantee I'm not three goblins in a trench coat on the inside, but like
it appears to be human, but the uncanny valley is telling me something different.
The uncanny valley tells me that I don't trust you. The uncanny valley also decides that you might be a little a little sus.
It may be Skinwalker.
Maybe not.
It may be 5 raccoons in a coat.
That's my favorite. They sent me a idea for a tattoo the other day, which a medical themed tattoo, which was of a raccoon with a like defibrillator monitor right next to it, and it had the pads. It was just doing this with the pads. He was just like, ah.
All right.
That was so funny.
The next question. What cosplay would you want to do in the future if money was not an issue?
Ooh. Okay. I am currently planning a couple of Transformers cosplays, but if money was no option, I would literally want. Okay, I'm trying to split it up like halfway between like. I don't want to just do Human Formers, although I love that. I do love Human Formers designs because it's like a little bit easier and I don't have to go all crazy. But oh my gosh, if money was no option, I would literally do like I can't remember his name, but a TikToker who does this incredible sound wave, and it's like, oh, he's actually really tall. If you know the one,
B&B. Yes, I've met him. He's super cool. I met him at C2E2. He showed up in his Soundwave accoutrement, and he stands like stupid tall. I saw him from across the room, and I was like, ah! I ran over to him. I was like,
exactly
you? And he's like, yeah.
That's so awesome, dude. But yes, like either a really tall cosplay like that, and I would be like, oh, we're going crazy with the wiring. We're literally getting all the LEDs.
I am electricity.
Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office and have him expelled. So yes, I would, if money was an object, I'd be doing every single Transformer. And okay, I'm like, I don't like most people don't like the Bayverse designs that much. But
like Bayverse designs. They're detailed.
I like the detail, but some of them I'm like I'm like some of them aren't. Like my favorite is the animated, so Transformers animated or Transformers Prime. Those are my favorite. Oh my god, Blitzwing! Immediately Blitzwing. I would love to do like a Chia Blitzwing. And if money's not an option, oh my god. I'm listening. I am listening.
Knockout from
Ooh.
TFP.
Yes,
But as a
yes.
human former.
Oh, I have a friend who does a really good
Pointy-toed
knockout.
cowboy boots, nice tailored undersuit, but like not like the suit part of it. Have like a lab coat though, but have like that silk pressed shirt and have like the pocket square and stuff.
I love it. I love it.
Like I could see him being a really, really like ritzy like doc with like the fancy pointed toe cowboy boots and stuff and like walk around. Like, have you seen his feet? Like it's obvious that if he was a human he'd wear that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I'm excited for we need a Transformers Renaissance. Like I know like Rise of the Beast is coming back and I like how they changed RC's design. That's also who I'm cosplaying. I'm building her Prime one and I'm gonna try to do it armor. I'm like I don't want to do like just the human formers, but I will do like, and I want to build like
Prime RC's not bad. I like her. I like her design. She's really
like,
easy to play with.
Yeah, she's shapes. She's a bunch of shapes. They're all a bunch
She's
of
shapes. She's easy shapes.
And also like the one from the new upcoming movie where I'm like, oh, her design's actually really cute. So I'm like, that's
is that actually RC or is that Elita?
Oh, either way. They're like women robot. You are pink now. You're a woman robot. You're pink.
From the original Generation 1, there was a pink one.
Yeah,
but that was Elita.
Elita, yeah.
So I'm eager to see if that is RC or if that is Elita, because it looks so much like Elita, like you have no idea.
It's like the round and the pink and the white.
I looked at her and I was like, Elita? Hello?
I'm hoping it's some sort of callback because they're like, oh, I don't even want to look at the other like Bayverse RC design. She looks like a crushed up Dr. Pepper can.
Like the stupid design with the one-wheeled motorcycle looking crap was just dumb. Like, I'm sorry. Like, who in the world does that? Like you're giving these people personalities and stuff. Like, why would you do that to them? Like, don't give a crushed Coke can a personality, please.
They went off with Optimus. I'm sorry. He is fine as hell. He is fine as hell. Optimus and Bumblebee, they're like, let me make the most beautiful designs ever. Then everybody else, I think could use a little more work in the studio. No offense, no offense.
All right, but you know what I want brought into like the live action cinematic for Transformers? I want those Transformers suits from the original animated movie.
I'm trying to recall.
It was like
storming really fearsome outside. So if you lose me, I'm sorry.
It was like a white suit with like humans would go into the suit and it would be kind of like a power armor, but then it could also go into like car mode.
Headmaster stuff.
Maybe I don't remember that.
But it was like.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up a picture to show for the to the camera for reference for everybody.
I think I know what it is that you're talking about. I know what it is. It's Transformers Energon, I think, was the one that it was in. Either Energon or Armada. One of those.
I think it was one of the movies from the 90s.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, here it is. Hold on, come on, give me a better image. I think it was like this type of thing. Hold on. Yeah, this.
Yeah.
The exosuit.
Those are odd, but they look good.
Like, but it would be cool to see what like they brought like the modern like armoring onto those.
That reminds me of, I think it was in Prime when what's his face, Silas or whatever, were like, let me see if I can pilot it like a Gundam. And one of my least favorite things that happens plot wise is whenever humanity catches up to alien technology in any movie, I get so mad. I'm like, no, I want them to win. I don't want you to be able to recreate this technology. No, but it would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
And I also want Gundams to be real because I want to pilot one.
Oh yeah, but still in the Transformers theme, but like modern technology. I love now that for all those Transformers that had like hard to understand instructions as a kid, we can now just look them up on how to do it.
There was like dang, I hate being like, oh, there was a great TikTok and then not having it to send or show. But it was like back in the day, it was like a helicopter transformer, and it looked like it only had like 4 things that you had to do. But then he like brought in the new one, and he did like 80 different things, and you have to bend the wing to do this and do this and do this and do this and do this, and then you're done.
I'm glaring at my 6-shot figure on the wall over there that has 6 different transformation modes, and he actually does all of them as an action figure. I'm glaring. I'm glaring at him.
Yeah, because I had the
He's ridiculous.
I had the big ass like Unicron figure from the 90s.
Oh my god, that thing was cancer.
I know, and like the instructions did not tell you how to transform it.
6-shot didn't even come with instructions. I had to Google him to figure out what the heck he did, because I got like a care package from a friend who's a huge collector, and it came in a box like this big, and I have a $300 figure that stands this tall in the corner of my room that's a Transformer, and then I have everything on that shelf, everything on that shelf, and everything on that shelf that is just Transformers figures came from him in one box.
Yeah.
And it was just ridiculous. But none of them came with instructions.
The instructions are yes.
Do y'all remember Minicons?
Yes, I have a few. I have, well, I guess they're considered Minicons. I have Signal Flare from Transformers Energon. I have him and a duplicate of him in another color.
I remember I still have the ones that they were like, one was a skateboard, one was like a moped.
Oh, you have the original Minicons that Raph and all of them had in the beginning of Transformers Armada. One of them was a skateboard, one was a bicycle, and then one of them was a scooter. Like a powered scooter, like a moped style scooter.
I don't know about the bicycle one. I don't know if that's the set I had.
That's the primary 3 that they find in Transformers Armada, though, and that's what they transform into.
Because I remember that one like era of Transformers toys that actually like each like main character Transformer had their own Minicon that like came in a set.
Speaking of which, the big figure that I told you about, like the 2-foot tall figure that I have in the corner, his head is on that shelf, and it is its own Transformer, and his head, this one's head, is its own Transformer as well.
Huh.
I love the Headmaster's like Inception stuff. Like, it's so stupid, but it's great. Who else?
I would be so pissed if my alt mode was a skateboard. Like, no offense. I'd be so mad.
Like, please give me an alt mode that's like awesome. Like, give me an alt mode as an ambulance. Give me an alt mode as a police car. Give me an alt mode as
the triple
a race car. I don't know.
The triple changers, literally, they went crazy for that. But if I got stuck as like a gun to be used by other Transformers or something, while freaking Blitzwing over here gets a tank and also a helicopter and all that like this, I would be so like lucky ass. I would revolt too.
I would revolt. I would resort to violence if I got like a cell phone as an alt mode.
Literally,
I'd be like, no, I'm not doing it.
Oh no, this ain't right.
Freaking Wheelie from the cinematic movies, whose alt mode is an RC vehicle. Like, no.
Didn't like McDonald's have like a Happy Meal line of Transformers too? That it was like one was like indescript handheld gaming console.
Yeah, they did. Trying to see if I have any of those really unique ones. I have an IDW one up on the shelf.
Mm.
Speaking of which, it's Swerve, by the way. When they were fixing the damage to my house after one of the hurricanes, they were cutting into the brick outside of my wall while I was asleep in my bedroom. And I woke up to something hitting me on the head. Not the cutting. I woke up to something hitting me on the head. Swerve fell off the shelf and fell into a cup of booze that I had been drinking the last night, so he got rum all over it. And it's iconic because he's a bartender.
I know, Swerve, my beloved, my short king.
I love Swerve. So he's actually laying down on the shelf throwing a temper tantrum around all the other minis. I have Tailgate and another one, I don't know what he is. And then I have a Bumblebee up there, and they're all tiny.
All right, I think for the show though, I think we have time for like 2 more questions for the show.
Okay. My turn to drive the bus.
Why can't I go to the Walmart?
Why can't I go to the Walmart? I gotta pull up your ask questions. Let's see what question I want to ask. Do I have to ask them in order, or can I just like?
No, you can just
need this one.
You can just pick and choose from the list.
Okay. I know you've answered what your dream cosplay would be if money wasn't an issue, and we've asked you what you want to do in the future. What is your favorite cosplay moment so far that you have had with your fans, either at an event, on TikTok, or whatever? Favorite moment?
Let me think. I will say it wasn't so much as fans, so much as like somebody remembered me, and I'm like, oh my god, they remembered me. It was the recent convention I went to where it was like I was talking to some of the 501st people who were really nice, by the way. I'm always kind of scared because they're like, oh, you have to be like certain qualifications, obviously. But and especially when I'm in Star Wars cosplay, I'm talking to them, I'm like, don't look at me, don't look at me. I'm not up to code. Last year, and I was like, oh my god, yes, I can't believe you remember. That's so nice. I don't know. I'm just like, that's something nice to me. Like, oh my god, they remembered me and my character. I don't know why. Like, it was nothing crazy, but I was just like, wow, I feel remembered. I feel so appreciated. Oh, that and just all the people who comment on my posts. I'm like, it doesn't even have to be a crazy compliment. I'm just like, wow, they really took the time out of their day to say something nice. And every single one, I know it's so corny, but I try to like all of them because they really mean a lot to me, even if it's just like, oh my god, really funny. I enjoy. I'm like, aw, you took the time out of your day to say something. So I appreciate stuff like that.
They took their time to comment something that isn't just first.
Oh my god, yeah.
Or like an emoji. Like an emoji requires just, and you're done. You actually
they wrote a
word.
sentence.
Oh my god. There are words here.
Me.
That's something that I enjoyed on that video with the flood that I did. My Marine and the flood puff on the ground, the angry popcorn. Was the sheer amount of comments are just like, you need to get off reach or whatever you got to do. Like, I'm sorry, Marine, but I can't help you now. Or where's the Spartan when you need one? Just like funny comments that are like all these people are like, yo, I'm on Halo TikTok. Great. Like, I love, like, when I'm having a bad day, I want you to know I'm that kind of person who's going to go to that specific video and open those comments and just pause the video so it's not playing in the background. Just open those comments and just read through comments because there's like thousands of comments on that video and I have never gone through and read all of them. There's some that I found the other day that was like, yo, why did I miss this? Where did this comment come from? And it's been here for a while. Like, I didn't see this. Like, and people are still commenting on it. It's really, really fun. Like, that's my favorite thing is interacting with my peoples.
And it's such a great thing too when like people like not just intended audience, but people who like recognize and they're like, oh my god, and they make something either witty or like referencing. It's like you know, like real recognize real. I'm like it's just good because it's like, oh, it lands with the right audience, and the audience is people who care about the franchise or like the material.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I went to the Renaissance Fair as Lady Maria recently, like in October of last year. And I walked around a corner and somebody was like, "Hey, yo!" And I like stopped because I was like, somebody's screaming. Why? What? And they ran up to me and they're like, "I know your character. I know your character." And I was like, "Yo, let's go!" I had a dude when I very first had Lady Maria out. Very first convention, very first time I'd ever worn her in public. I was like sweating nervous because I was like, what if somebody judges me? Like, what if they say, oh, well, it's not finished, but it's like 85% finished and I don't like that. I was walking across the courtyard in front of the Civic Center, and the Civic Center's courtyard is massive. Like, it's a mile long, or at least maybe 3/4 of a mile. And I'm way on the end on the green on the very other side, and I hear someone screaming from way, way behind me, "Hey, yo, is that Lady Maria?" I want you to know all of my, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god thoughts went. I looked back and I was giggling because I looked back
It's
and he's like, "Oh my god,
great being
it
like
is!"
recognized.
Those are my favorite moments, is somebody recognizing your character and thinking like, yo, I didn't think I'd ever get to see this character in person. Let's go.
It's very not just wholesome, but also makes it like worth it because it's like we don't get paid doing this. It's a hobby, like for fun, and then people recognizing it. That's like all the things that I need, not out of like oh they recognize me, but like oh my god somebody else likes this like niche thing and they're out there and I can find more people who like this. It's so I love interactions like that. It's just it makes it worth it to me.
Or like those obscure references that you get, like on my pauldron, I have the "everyone fights, no one quits." That's like the inception of like when they were making Halo Marines, they based them off of a very like mainstream movie from like way a long time ago. Like Sergeant Johnson is based off of a movie character. The Marines are based off of the characters from the movie. You know which movie I'm talking about. I know
Yep.
you do. And I pulled that quote from the movie because I was like, yeah, that's something inherently Halo. Like, we were at C2E2, me and Madison, and we were cosplaying together as our Halo Marines because cute couple stuff. And we turned a corner, and Madison was like, "Babe," and I was like, "What?" He goes, "Look," and it was the Marines we were based off of. And I was like, "Yo, we need a picture together." So there's, speaking of which, he's sending me a bunch of messages right now. There's a picture of us like stacked like together for a picture in front of the C2E2 sign. Um, the guy and then me and then Madison and then the girl, because they were also doing cute couple stuff based off of them. So it just kind of like worked really cute. But that was like the coolest moment, was getting to see people and they saw my epaulette and they're like, "Yo, let's go!" And he had his armor, his
Yeah.
like his ab plate like all graffitied and stuff. So we all equally matched. It was super cool. That's things that I really enjoy, is getting to see those cosplayers that like you look at each other and you're like, "Yo, we match."
Oh
I.e.
yeah.
PAX South with the 30
Yeah.
freaking Siege cosplayers that showed up randomly, and I had no idea where they all came from.
Well, I
That
remember
is
like
another like awesome thing where it's like especially
Oh,
oops sorry my internet cut out.
there you go.
Ooh.
There you go. You're back. Continue.
Oh, especially
Oh.
when like you it's not even really role play. It's just like when you're in character in cosplay and you see somebody either in the same franchise or like who they have like a dynamic in the media. It's like oh, I'm excited for this one because like it's not like role playing, but it's like you get to feel how the character would feel, and it's like you. I don't know. It's so fun to me.
I remember at PAX too that that one lady definitely just dropped her kid off who was cosplaying the same thing as us.
Yeah.
I think it was a Blitz cosplayer. Like the mom just let her kid just like walk around the convention with us and then dipped for a couple hours.
I remember that. There was a kid that was with us. There was like a recruit that was like a kid too.
Yeah.
The one that had the cringe squad shield.
Yeah.
He was like way too young to be by himself at a con. I was like, yo, this person is trusting random strangers to watch their kid only because we all look the same.
Because we're all in the same like somewhat series.
That people put a lot of trust in people at cosplay conventions, and it's warranted because a lot of the cosplayers at these conventions are not bad people. Like, these people really want to help people, so you can legit walk up to cosplayers and be like, hey, do you know this or do you know that? And most of them will be like, either yeah, it's this, or yeah, it's that, or I don't know, but let's go find out together, kind of thing, because we like people. Like, please ask me about my kit. Ask me about the 100 and something hours that it took me to make it.
we need friends. Please
We need
ask.
friends.
That's another thing I enjoy, because if you're at a convention, everybody's a nerd. Nobody's better than anyone else. We're all nerds here. And
if somebody treats you like that at a convention where they're like, ugh, whatever, kind of, I'm better than you kind of attitude, they obviously don't need to be there.
I think one of the bad things though, like one of the bad things when you have a con in like a big city, and like it's at the time when like the bars are starting to get out.
Oh my god.
Or whatever. It's like or sometimes you'll have like the random like group of drunk guys who try to get into the convention, like just walk in.
Boo.
As con staff, I've had to deal with that.
Yeah.
I had to bar people from entering an after dark party because they tried to get their friend who was smoking out on the deck, which I told them, don't go out this door, I'm not going to let you back in, but they propped it anyway when I was going to enforce the other door. They tried to get a bunch of dudes that had been drinking for like all afternoon and wanted to get into the convention free to get in there, and I was like, dudes, really, come on.
This is obnoxious.
I have a case in point memory of when myself, Mute, Star Fox, and Frost, and all of us that were together for San Japan in San Antonio. We went down to the river walk to either a Walgreens or like a drugstore to go get some like really quick like alcohol to bring back to our room. And most of us were in cosplay when we did it, or like light kit. And I had a dude walk up to me with this giant beer in his hand and ask me if it was okay to drink on the river walk. And I was like, dude, I am not a police officer by any means. Please don't ask me this. I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, you can do it. You can do it because you can do it. But like, I don't know. I don't even
My brother
live
in
here.
Christ,
Like,
you're asking somebody with zero authority in this city.
Sir, I am not a cop.
Let's do it.
I'm not a cop. That's something I can't get over, is the fact that the police officers in San Antonio will follow you around if you're in a kit.
They didn't when we were in kit like last year.
Do you remember when we went to the Whataburger and that police officer was sitting behind us? And it was myself, Jay, Frost, you, I think you, and Star Fox, and
no,
red, white, and some blue. Like, we was all sitting at the freaking table. Like, we pushed all the tables together and we put our kit down underneath the table.
No, I wasn't there for that one.
You wasn't? Oh.
Yeah, that was the year before the one I went to.
We had like 3 or 4 tables stacked together in a Whataburger, and we had like 10, 12, 14, 15 of us sitting at a table, like one big long table that we made. And we all like stripped down our kit and took our hats off and stuff and put our guns underneath the table. And we had this police officer walk in and sit at the table right behind us, and he never ate. He just sat there.
Uh-huh.
And as we were going to leave, I think he either went up to talk to one of us or something, but I remember talking with him being like, hey man, I just wanted to let you know we're very safe with what we do. Like, we're very etiquette. And he goes, yeah, I noticed that. He goes, there was some reports of some people walking around the Riverwalk earlier. There was in kit, kind of like y'all's, that were waving their weapons around and doing stuff like that, like their airsoft weapons, and they were being rowdy, and it was inappropriate. And I was like, oh, I can guarantee you that wasn't us. We haven't been to the Riverwalk yet today. We literally just walked out of the con to go eat food. But we're very humble. I said most of the people in our group today is either military, prior military, Leos, or first response of some sort. And he was like, oh, okay, then I trust you guys. And then that was it. Like, we never had any police officers tag after us after that when we left. So.
I remember, say in Japan last year, I went with like a full Umbrella Corporation group, and
oh my lord.
The police officer there thought we were the security for the convention.
That's something that I love doing. Is pulling security. Last year's convention, my local convention, I pulled security as Ash, and that was the funniest feeling. We had some police officers that were doing prop checks, so I got my props checked real quick before the con started, and they're like, hey, you can't be in here, and I was like, no, I'm staff, and he was like, oh, okay. I said, I just need my stuff checked now so I don't have to do it later when the con starts. And he goes, oh, okay. So I got my stuff checked, and I walked out the door, and more of their people were showing up, like, to pull the actual security for the event. And I don't know how many times I got some looks from those police officers going like, as they were driving up, like, what is that? That look. That look. I got some glares from inside police cars. I was like, whoa, I'm not that dangerous, I promise.
I appreciate all the the security and like con safety, but I think it's so funny whenever they have to like I had to check in my lightsaber. I was like, I guarantee you, sir, this is not real.
I guarantee you this is not sharp, this will not stab, this will not cut.
If it was a real lightsaber, I'd be out saving the galaxy. I'd be out saving the galaxy, not.
If this was a real lightsaber,
it would
not be here. I would not even be here. Like, I'd be doing some other noble mission somewhere else.
Exactly.
I'd be doing space samurai shit.
Space samurai things. Yeah, my favorite thing to do at those cons like that, especially in like as kit cosplayers like you and me especially, is listen to some of the comments that come from like the actual security personnel that are like there, like the actual people who have like been in the military or been as a police officer or something like that actually have like security experience. Say in Japan, Frost had his pelletors on, and he had them on so he could hear the environment around him, like it amplified the environment. And he could hear the two security guys while we were in line to get our props checked, commenting about how realistic our kits looked. And they was like very intimidated by it. And he was like, you guys, you should hear what these dudes are saying. And I was like, oh my God.
So I remember after PAX, we some of us went over to like the mall across the street.
Yeah.
And a kid thought I was a SWAT officer when I was in Rook.
It's very easy to discern you as a SWAT officer when you're in Rook.
Because I had like the full-on like neck guard vest with the arm pads.
You have like the chumky profile.
I know, and then also like the helmet with the face visor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I looked like every like stereotypical cartoon SWAT officer.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays real SWAT gets like the Gucci gear.
My favorite interaction recently was one of the last few cons that I went to. I was dressed as Lady Maria actually. And I had a little girl in a pirate outfit come run up and tug on my cape. And I looked around, she's like, hey, you're a pirate. I'm a pirate. And I was like, you're a really good pirate. She's like, thank you. And then ran away from me. And I was like, that is like the best interaction I've ever had with a kid. If she actually knew what the cosplay was from a horror game, like, things would be different. Like Cthulhu Mythos horror. Like, hello? I've gotten top tier, like, I won, what is it called?
The Masquerade?
No. At the Renaissance Festival, when they have their little costume competitions and stuff like that, like, truest to the era, that is what they called it. like most era themed accurate outfit for piracy was that.
Piracy.
I won season tickets to the Texas Renaissance Festival, the one in Waller. I wasn't expecting that. I was gonna be like, oh, I just want to do this so that it's cute and my niece can see me doing it because she was with me for the first time ever. And then I won it and I was like, big eye emojis.
I think you might have seen my Red Fair costume.
Your Red Fair costume's nice. I've seen it.
It was like the Berserker ghost. But that nice. Renaissance Fair was a nightmare.
Really?
Because it wasn't really a Renaissance Fair. It looked more like a school carnival. Because it was like one little lot with a bunch of easy ups, and like nobody was there. Because like that was the San Antonio one.
You need to go to the one in Waller on the other side of Houston. Like, I recommend it to anybody. I recommend it. It's huge. It has so much stuff to do. There's so many different types of foods that you can get there. They have weapons vendors. They have jousting. They have full combat fighting and chain and mail. They have a fire show at the end of the day if it's not raining. That is very interesting to watch. It happens at night.
Is that the multi-month one?
Yes. That's the one that starts around the beginning of September and ends around the end of November.
Yeah, because I was gonna go to that one, but the job I had at the time wouldn't give me the time off to actually like drive down there.
This year I'm trying to see if I can't get Madison and another friend who wears chainmail to fly down here so that we can all go for like a weekend.
Yeah.
And it's probably gonna be around Halloween. They have All Hallows Eve that they're open for. So you'll catch me there.
Your printer is going off.
Yeah. It's printing the base right now, so it's working overtime.
It's working hard. But yeah, I recommend it. And then you don't live very, very far from it. It's maybe like a 3-hour drive for you.
Yeah.
It's a 4.5, 5-hour drive for me. Worth it though. Avoid the tollways though. I have like $5 in tolls that I have to pay.
Yeah, that Ren Fair I went to was like a mistake. So then Too Tall and I, we just bought a bottle of mead and watched Star Wars.
That's something I'm looking forward to. Madison is supposed to be coming down here soon, and I still have a bottle of King's Mead from that Ren Fair that I plan on cracking open with him and drinking for my birthday.
Oh, I have a Odin Skull.
I have a bottle of Griffin Blood Orange, and I have a bottle of King's Mead. So I like King's Mead because it tastes like apple juice.
Yeah. Yeah, Odin Skull will give you the concussion.
No wonder it's called Odin Skull.
Yeah, and it's in like a big like ceramic bottle.
Oh yes, I've drank those before. I remember that. That one has a very interesting flavor.
Yeah.
Is it clear mead or is it hopped mead?
I think it's kind of like a yellowish color.
Is it like is it like cloudy yellow or is it clear?
It's cloudy if you shake it before drinking.
So it does have
Skull
hops.
Juice.
Yeah.
It does have hops, okay.
Yeah.
Mine
I think it's
very, very clear.
Yeah, I think it's like supposed to be like a cinnamon and sour apple taste, but it just tastes like liquor.
It's supposed to be wine. It's supposed to be honey wine. I recommend it though. There is, oh my god, the mead vendors at the Texas Renaissance Festival are insane.
Yeah, like I already have like my my horn, like my drinking horn to bring next time.
I have a wooden flagon that I bring with me every year. That I have a clasp for that I put on my my baldric to wear. I recommend if anybody really wants a good time, go on the Pirate Weekend. Do yourself a favor. It's usually the weekend, it's the one right before All Hallows Eve. So like not the weekend of Halloween or around Halloween, but the one before that. That is a really good way to leave all your cares at home. It is the weekend where everybody goes over there in very, very sultry piratey dresses and dressage, and they get shit-faced.
All right, I think it is time for the final question, the most important question.
Yes.
There you go.
What is your favorite pizza and pizza place?
Okay, you are asking someone who never goes out of her comfort zone for food.
It can be a store-bought one. It can be that too. It can be anything you want it to be.
Cheese. Just cheese. Nothing on it. Store. Any store. I have
Just
no
Understandable.
allegiance to it. I'm gonna be
Friend
so
of
honest.
class over here.
Like shit, like I will eat it. I'm not gonna be like, somebody put things on this pizza. I will eat whatever anybody gives me, but I'm just like, throw cheese on some dough. You're good to go. That's my mantra.
We have a new pizza place that popped up around here called Crust Pizza Company.
Mm.
Oh my god, their pizzas are like sin. I can't get me a Lou's pizza from Chicago down here, this far down in the South. Unfortunately, I really would love to have a Lou's pizza in the South, but I'm not gonna pay them $40 for one pizza to expedite it frozen. But the pizza comes and it's like this thick. I'm not lying. It's like it's got like a cheesecake crust.
Yeah.
But this pizza, you only need one piece to fill you up. Like, yes.
It's a meal.
Best pizza I've ever eaten in my life. But Crust Pizza Company is a pretty close second. I ate one of their super cheesy pizzas the other day, and it's got like 5 or 6 different cheeses on it, and it's like not the usual 5 or 6 different cheeses that you get on like the store-bought ones. Like they're different. They're like really exotic cheeses. Oh, so good.
All right.
Your 3D printer is gonna explode.
Yes, it is. I can hear it just everywhere.
Yeah, I put it to some work, so it's not as quiet as it used to be.
Oops.
All right, so I think it is time to do the outro for the show. If there's anything anybody wants to like shout out or announce before we close out the show.
Invest in gold. Invest in gold. Invest in gold.
Or silver.
That's all.
Drink water. Drink water.
Oh, drink water. If you must drink booze, drink a little bit and then drink some water. It kills the burn on the way down. If you're a wuss.
And the most important for cosplay, if you can afford the convention ticket, you can afford a shower.
Yes. If you can afford the convention ticket, you can afford deodorant, and I will swear by it. I have kicked people out of cons before for stinky.
The stench.
Do not go to a con and not bathe or not deodorize. Please, for the love of God, we can smell you. If you can smell you, I can smell you.
And also, wash the soft goods of your cosplays if you can. If
that
you can't,
includes plate carriers. Deodorize your plate carriers.
If you can't, Febreze is your friend.
There's a specific Febreze that actually like has a little bit of like stuff that actually like cleans the stuff in it. Like it's a very neutral smell. It smells kind of like flowery, but it's like a specific like heavy duty deodorizer. Invest, my brothers in Christ. Invest for your vest.
All right, it is time for the outro. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. As always, I have been Chris, aka Mr. Zoom_2028.
And I am Krystle, codename Archangel on all social medias.
Ooh, slay. I'm Lears, and I'm right behind you. Watch out.
All right, everybody, thank you for watching, and have yourselves a good night, good day, good afternoon, whatever time of day. Up there.